And never turn your back on fear. You should always keep fear in front of you, like it's something that needs to be killed. Hunter S. Thompson. Yeah, and the other individual was Hunter Thompson. Hunter S. Thompson was born in Louisville. He's a Kentuckian, really famous writer for the Rolling Stones. 2 movies have been made about him. Johnny Depp and Bill Murray have both played Hunter S. Thompson in a major motion film. And something that was significant with Hunter S. Thompson, when he ran for sheriff in Aspen, Colorado, he ran on a really radical platform. He was saying that I'm not sure, the deputies would have to go out in the middle of the square and smoke mescaline at noon. He was saying Main Street should be dug up and they should just put sod there so they would have no sidewalks, no roads. It would just be sod, just make it a grass, the middle spot for the town, just all grass. And he also wanted to rename Aspen, Colorado to Fat City. That way anybody who would come would, or anybody who would hear about Fat City wouldn't want to come, so there'd be less tourists. He was wanting to fight the tourist problem in Aspen, Colorado.
This is what I believe to be marijuana.
So he ran under this radical platform. So Hunter Thompson ran under this freak power party ticket. He wasn't a Republican, he wasn't a Democrat, he was a freak. And there was a Republican and there was a Democrat running against him too, so it was a 3-way race. And it was looking like Hunter Thompson was actually going to win. And that scared the establishment so much that the Democrat or the Republican conceded to the other one and told everybody to vote for the other one's votes. And that's what happened. The Republican and the Democrat had to team up against the Independent in order to make sure that Hunter S. Thompson would never become sheriff of Aspen, Colorado. And he didn't. So he wound up, Hunter S. Thompson lost his race.
Finally said, well, you made it all up.
I couldn't believe that people really believed that Muskie was eating Ibogaine. I never said he was. I said there was a rumor in Milwaukee that he was, which was true, and I started the rumor in Milwaukee. Marijuana laws are one of the reasons that has engendered this lack of respect that that cops complain about all over the country. When you get a whole generation that grows up as felons, and they know the law is ridiculous, and they're told all this gibberish about it, it drives you crazy and makes your brain soft and your feet fall off. And, even the police know it's a silly law. It's time that we either bridge that chasm with some kind of realistic law enforcement, or else I don't think it's going to be bridged.
The reason why I think Hunter S. Thompson's platform is comparable to my own platform is because I'm calling for fundamental change. I'm not calling for the crazy change that he was calling for, but some people might say stronger union protections and $11 minimum wage. My shop with a cop program. I mean, why would you be afraid of a shop with a cop program? It would start an important relationship between the two. That one is to protect the other and the other one is to be on their best behavior. Universal health care. Some people think that a sick kid should just take care of themselves. I once was talking to an elderly Republican lady, and I said, well, who's going to take care of the 8.3 million children that don't have any health insurance? And she goes, well, that's their mother's problem. That's pretty cold. I mean, that's pretty cold. That's callous. Education for everybody. College for everybody. Free college. Let's have a college here just like the high school. You want to become something more? Then go to our college. And it's free if you want to pursue education. Education's a good idea. It's not just a word we use to get your vote. We actually care about your education. We want you to become smarter, independent, capable people who can get good jobs, good careers, be able to pay their bills, and to be outstanding citizens in the community. That's what we want. That's what I want. And holding the police accountable. And I think those minutes that are written down in the governments, the city governments, county governments of Owen, Grant, and Gallatin County, all of them need to post their minutes online and let the public know what business the government was actually talking about. Also, every government has a budget, so I think that that's the taxpayers' money. The taxpayers should know exactly where every dime of their money is being spent, and the budget should be posted online also. I think that should be a law. I think that should be a law for all governments to have to post their minutes and their budget online. It's in an effort to keep them honest, and they should be honest. If you're an honest man, you ain't got nothing to hide. Yeah, some people think that an 18-year-old should not run for mayor or any other elected position. Well, that's wrong. In a democracy, anybody should be allowed to run for office, but not here in the state of Kentucky. It's illegal. If you're 18 years old, you can't run for mayor. If you're 18, you can't run for any political office except for Soil and Water Conservation District Supervisor. That's it. That's the only position that you have. I also want to get a professional sports team here in the 61st District. Some people say that's radical. It is a little bit, but Kentucky has no professional sports team. So we need to get a professional sports team of any sport. Let's get soccer. Let's get football. Let's get baseball, basketball. I think we should contact the NBA first because we have a lot of UK and U of L talent. But we should also contact MLB and the other professional sports teams in case the NBA doesn't want to do it. But it would be, this plan would generate more money, and it would also keep the local talent here at home. They can raise a family here. And I think if you go to UK and you play basketball and you have lots of people cheering for you, you should be able to make a career here in this state. I'm also in favor of food stamps and unemployment benefits. Jim Bunning and a lot of Republicans are against unemployment benefits. Especially right now in this Great Recession, people need food to eat and to pay their bills and to pay their rent and for gas. So if you don't have a job, then that's what unemployment insurance is there for. Unemployment insurance is a good thing. And I also think food stamps is a good thing. There's no reason anybody should ever starve in America. There was a conservative Republican who was talking about how when you give a stray animal food, it just keeps coming back. And that's exactly what they think about humans. They're saying that if you give poor people food, well, they'll keep on coming back and getting more food. I mean, even on an intellectual basis, if you say that humans are animals, you know, it's interesting to think about, but to actually use that analogy as justification for why poor people should not be allowed to eat is barbaric. Everybody's got a right to eat. Everybody has a right to live. And legalizing marijuana and holding the police accountable. And I believe that we should have freedom for everybody or freedom for nobody. And some people might think that's a controversial idea. If you're a grown-up, you would rather hear the truth, so you'd be able to accurately deal with the problem. If you're an honest and good grown-up. It'll also stop the politics.
I wanted something original, but there was no escaping the echo of Mr. Kurtz's final words from the heart of darkness. The horror. The horror. Exterminate all the brutes.